Good morning and welcome to T-Hub Capital, the Investors Lounge, the podcast where we explore financial market dynamics, emerging trends, and the insights that shape successful investments. Each week, we'll delve into the strategies and analyses that drive our investment decisions. You'll get an insider's perspective on the factors influencing markets and the potential winners and losers of tomorrow. Subscribe to the podcast to stay ahead of the curve and make informed investment choices. Enjoy listening.
European markets react to economic slowdown and inflation concerns. European stock markets presented a mixed picture as investors grappled with signs of a weakening economic outlook and persistent inflationary pressures. The Pan-European Stocks Europe 600 index managed a 1.06% gain, fueled by hopes that the European Central Bank (ECB) might lower borrowing costs in December. This optimism stemmed from purchasing managers' surveys that revealed a contraction in Eurozone business activity, with both manufacturing and services sectors showing signs of weakness. However, major indexes like Italy's FTSE MIB and France's CAC 40 declined, reflecting concerns about the economic slowdown. Germany's DAX and the UK's FTSE 100 bucked the trend, posting gains of 0.58% and 2.46%, respectively. Adding to the complexity of the situation, negotiated wage growth in the Eurozone accelerated, potentially signaling continued inflationary pressure. This development could make the ECB more cautious about easing monetary policy, despite the weakening economic outlook. Meanwhile, in the UK, inflation surged past expectations in October, driven by higher energy bills. This prompted markets to reassess their predictions for future interest rate cuts by the Bank of England. Both policymakers expressed differing views on the persistence of inflation and the appropriate course for interest rates, highlighting the uncertainty surrounding the economic outlook. Now our insight into alternative markets. IPO Resurgence, a new wave of PE-backed companies set to go public. The IPO market is experiencing a remarkable comeback, with 2024 marking a turning point after years of uncertainty. IPO value has more than doubled year over year, and capital raised has reached an impressive $67.9 billion through October. This resurgence is generating optimism among private equity investors and fueling expectations for continued growth in 2025. This renewed momentum is closely linked to the rebound in M&A activity. As these two forms of deal-making historically move in tandem, the current environment appears ripe for a sustained period of elevated deal volumes, creating significant opportunities for investors. Research indicates that a diverse group of 50 PE-backed companies are poised to go public in the next 12 months, spanning various sectors from IT and healthcare to consumer brands. These companies, including well-known names like Inspire Brands and Panera Bread, represent sectors with strong growth potential. For PE investors, IPOs provide a crucial avenue for exiting investments and returning capital to their stakeholders. Beyond liquidity, public offerings can act as a catalyst for further growth, enhance a company's credibility, and provide greater strategic flexibility. Several factors support a positive outlook for IPOs in 2025. Improved financing conditions, tighter credit spreads, and robust equity markets create a favorable environment for public offerings. Additionally, historical trends suggest that once IPO activity gains momentum, it tends to persist for several years. The strong performance of companies that went public in 2024, with median returns approaching 50%, underscores the potential for value creation in the IPO market. Staying informed about the dynamics of pay-backed IPOs and identifying promising candidates will be crucial for investors seeking to capitalize on this evolving landscape.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Hub Capital, the Investors Lounge podcast. I hope you found this content interesting and inspiring. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a single episode, and share it with your friends and colleagues who might be interested. To learn more about T-Hub Capital and our activities, visit our website, hubcapital.com. You can also follow us on our LinkedIn page. See you soon. All the best from the T-Hub Capital team.